Naturalhealthcare.ca, Canada's guide to complementary and alternative healthcare.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Hi, welcome to Vitamin Junkies. I'm Jennifer Lyle.
I'm Dr. JJ.
And we're addicted to good health.
Yes, and we're addicted to wearing spandex again. One more spandex episode.
You would wear spandex for every episode, wouldn't you?
I would, but it'd have to be a different color, and we'd have to color match spandex. I'd have to have purple spandex so it would match, like, yeah.
I'm not going to wear spandex ever, but you could wear spandex.
What if I wore a one-piece spandex outfit? Do you think that would drop viewership? Moving along.
Today we're going to be talking about preventing sports injuries. But before we get to that, let's see what JJ's taking today.
Yes, I did the Ride to Conquer Cancer, which is a 215-kilometer ride to Niagara Falls from Toronto, Canada, over here. And we raised $14 million for cancer research at the Princess Margaret Hospital. And at the end of my ride, one of the things I took is a proteozyme. So these are enzymes that break down protein. And after you exercise, you will get a lot, you'll basically be breaking down muscle. And also you'll end up with a lot of scar tissue. So what I found after my workout is that these lovely little proteozymes were great anti-inflammatories, and I felt great. By about 1 or 2 days after, I felt like $1 million. So a proteozyme.
I actually saw you on the ride. Did you not see us waving?
No.
We were driving
I remember you
to
telling me
Springridge
that.
Farms, and we saw all these people in yellow shirts riding their bikes, and we were thinking, what the heck is that? And then afterwards, I remembered that you were doing the ride, and it was you, and we were waving. Ryan and I were waving.
I was just focusing. I'm at 24. I got to be at 28 speed, kilometers an hour. I was just very focused on my speed and my electrolytes and just finishing. And the hill in Hamilton that was waiting for me. So psychologically, I wasn't looking into the crowd.
No, you weren't.
But next year, though, I'll look
Yes, you have fans there.
for fans. Sweet.
So, moving on to preventing sports injuries. You would have had to do some preparation for that big ride.
Yes, and we have four tips.
Yes, we have 4 tips. Because you don't want to go in cold. You need to get yourself ready and gradually work up to that.
Yeah, and I did a lot of our 4 tips today. I did a lot of preparing, and I came out fine. I didn't injure myself at all, and that's important. And a lot of people did on the ride. So.
Really? We have a special guest with us today, chiropractor and runner, Dr. Tracy Schlachta. She's going to help us with the different tips.
She's a runner.
She's a runner.
She's an athlete.
Yes.
Trust her. She knows what she's talking about. Moving along.
So, tip number 1, stretching.
Stretching, yes. Stretching and warming up. A lot of people out there confuse the two. They don't realize that they are, in fact, separate. Stretching means to stretch, which means to hold the position of a muscle lengthened for about 20 seconds or so. Warming up is entirely different. That means getting the blood pumping, getting the big muscles moving like your legs, and that warms up the muscle groups. A lot of people think that stretching before an activity is imperative. In fact, there's a lot of new research coming out that's suggesting that, in fact, stretching after your activity is more beneficial than before. You still need to warm up before your activity. You can warm up by doing the activity you're going to be doing to a lesser degree. You can march on the spot, you can walk around the block. If you're at a gym, you can go for a nice walk on the treadmill and get the heart going and get the blood pumping. And you can do some light stretching, but reserve the heavier stretching for after the activity.
Oh, wow, because when I used to play soccer, we used to do stretches for about 15 minutes. And so now we should have been moving that to the after the game.
That's what the research is suggesting.
That's interesting.
What's the second tip?
Second tip.
Gradually increasing your training.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes, as you know, knowing your limits. I think that really says it all. Unfortunately, a lot of us work throughout the week and we have long days, and then we get out on the weekends and we're the weekend warriors and we go all out. And I see a lot of patients like this on Monday morning with all kinds of injuries. So you want to make sure that you build up to whatever sport you're doing. You don't want to go out and run a marathon, of course, if you've never run a day in your life. So make sure that you do build up to whatever activity you're doing and get some hours in there.
So maybe for running, they might start out just
a run walk, actually,
run walk, okay.
Walking, and then a run walk, and gradually move up to a jog, and then go to go into running.
5K, 10K,
yeah,
half
absolutely.
marathon. That's fantastic.
Number
Number 3.
Point number 3, me being a gearhead, is having the right equipment on the ride. I saw so many people that their bike seat wasn't matched with their handlebars. Other people, their handlebars were too low, and they're biking like this for 5 hours, and they must have had a huge kink in their neck. So.
Yeah, and again, it's going to depend on what activity or what sport. If you're talking about cycling, obviously having your handlebars and seat at the right height is imperative. If you want to avoid injuries like knee injuries, back injuries, neck tension. If you're looking at a runner, you'd be looking at the footwear, making sure the footwear is the right kind of footwear for your foot. Do you tend to roll in, which is an overpronator? Are you someone who may need orthotics? So again, footwear would be very important. Again, looking at the different sports, you want to make sure that your equipment is suitable and that it fits you.
And you should also wear spandex too. For
Absolutely.
any sporting events.
Absolutely.
Right. That's your professional opinion. There's studies on spandex too.
We can edit that
Somewhere.
out, Tracy. We can edit it out.
Check future episodes. We'll find that.
And the fourth tip is to
supplements, definitely. So you would take supplements to help prepare you for the race, so to boost your energy, and supplements after. So for muscle spasms, magnesium, great for muscle spasms, proteolytic enzymes, which I just spoke about, glucosamine sulfate, MSM for any kind of joint cartilage issues. And there's a long list of things you could take. Even some topicals. Some of you have probably heard of products such as Traumeal. There's a lot of things definitely you could take after the fact.
Traumeal.
Yeah, arnica cream, which is Traumeal. Yeah, works like a charm. So.
Perfect. So there you have it. 4 tips to preventing sports injury: stretching, gradually increasing your training.
Know your limits.
Know your limits. 1 and
2A, 2B.
There we go. 3 is wear the right equipment, and 4 is
Supplements.
using supplements. That's fantastic. So we hope that we help prevent some of your sports injuries in the future. And if you are looking for a chiropractor to help with any adjustments once you do get injured, or even to help prevent those injuries, or for a naturopath to help you determine the exact supplements to take, you can find both these practitioners by clicking on the Find a Practitioner link on our website, www.vitaminjunkies.com. And while you're there, don't forget to join the addiction and sign up to receive notifications on our weekly podcast.
Yeah, I would see her as a chiro. She's got great pipes.
GJ.
Huge pipes. You bench press me. Future episode.
I'm Jennifer
Coming
Lyle.
soon. I'm Dr. JJ.
Good, I'm Dr. Schlachta. Thanks for having me.
Continue the addiction to good health.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.